Hey everybody, welcome to some League of Legends. Thanks for joining us for the Fanshawe T1 Falcons taking on Syracuse College Orange. I'm your boy the baddest.
And I'm wishyful.
It's going to be a good day, everybody. Nice little Saturday afternoon game. You'll love those. You'll love to see them. Sorry I couldn't join you yesterday, but how'd it go, Wishy?
I mean, we had a good 2-0 yesterday. I was gonna say 2-0. There was two best of ones, and we won both of them. First one was done by 30 minutes. The second one took a bit longer, was a bit spicier, a bit concerning at points, but we did amazing job and we secured the win. So Fanshawe Falcons won both of our kind of placements games for the NECC yesterday.
Right on, right on. So hopefully getting a good placement from that.
I assume that we'll be in the same division as we were last season because we were in the highest division last season as well. Uh, and while we did only come in eighth, uh, we have a bit of a new team here, and a lot more attention and focus is being put onto our players and just their abilities and like actually getting to like practice and scrim as a team. But speaking of our team, we do have the amazing Cavell in our top lane. We've got our captain Sutek in the jungle. We have old sub and now main roster Aityan in the mid lane, and we've got the brand new Red Luma on ADC, and we have our wonderful substitute Sean on support. And we are getting right into pick bands to get things started. So I'm wondering to see if Syracuse Orange is going to maybe try and ban some of our comfort picks here. Sutek loves his cane. Red Luma is a menace on Kindred. Uh, but it just seems like Syracuse Orange, all they care about is banning supports and banning supports quickly because that's a Yumi and a Janna ban.
Interesting play there in the pick bans. Maybe they know that the support right now is one of the newer players, and they're trying to kind of target that out and take away some of the strong supports and kind of make that weaker link as weak as they can. Unfortunately, there for Fanshawe.
Yeah, and Sean has done okay with Red Luma. Obviously, there's a bit more synergy Red Luma and Boone, but Sean still did pretty well with Red Luma yesterday. So, and that is a Hecarim first pick from Syracuse Orange. Feels. I'm not sure I would want to first pick a Hecarim. I'm not sure if Hecarim is strong enough to warrant that. But whereas I would say Viego is strong enough to warrant that, especially in
Mhm.
Sutek's hands. Maybe Syracuse Orange is junk. Oh no, Sutek.
Ooh,
Okay. uh, so our Falcons have been practicing a bit of Udyr. I've yet to see it. I'm nervous and excited and concerned. Uh,
a
but
lot of
maybe they just
emotions.
a lot of emotions for an Udyr pick. Ooh. And we are actually getting to see the Falcons picking up the Kaisa rather than a Kindred here, making sure to just counterpick the enemy ADC because Syracuse Orange's ADC has been a beast on the Kaisas. And Red Loom has done well on it as well, so
Yeah, strong performance in last week's series from the Syracuse Orange AD carry there on Kaisa. Fanshawe really making sure they get that pick out. And then the Oriana pick as well. Oriana and Hecarim is an interesting combo there,
a
right
good
from the
ball
start.
delivery. Yeah, good ball delivery system, but I oh oh
Ooh,
ooh, Leona for the final pick to round things out. They're like, okay, we see a Kaisa, we'll just go for an aggro bot lane, get a bit of tankiness, potentially a bit of peel, but mostly a lot of engage.
and coming up onto the next round of bans here, what do you think Fanshawe is going to want to do here to stop whatever team comp that Syracuse is developing?
Hmm, I think a lot of the time, a lot of our bands have been going to try to make 8 yen's life a bit easier. Being mid lane can be for our Fanshawe Falcons. And so I think they might try and ban that out. Um, Otherwise, they will do whatever they can to make Cavell an unstoppable monster. That has been one of their win cons recently. It's just been, what if we just gave Cavell the final pick, give him the perfect counter ability, and then Cavell runs with it? So, ooh, Zeri is legal, but banned. Fanshawe Falcons do like so. Red Loom has been playing Zeri, so I'm surprised that they picked the Kaisa and banned the Zeri. Would have thought that Red Luma would have wanted to have played her on CLoL, but maybe that's for next game.
Mhm. It's always at least one more from these series. Gotta love that. Looks like hovering the Twisted Fate for a second, but instead deciding to go with Lux, a pick we saw last week as well.
That is a lot of snares. The pick potential Falcons have is a
Mhm.
lot. If you get snared, you're not getting out alive.
No,
Except maybe if you're Leona. Like you have to be incredibly tanky. But just double snare is terrifying to deal with. Um
the Gwen
yeah.
pick.
Hmm. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, a strong top laner. Not gonna go in jungle, I don't assume. Pretty sure that's where the Hecarim will be going. But you could, in theory, swap the two around. That that is a shenanigan that could happen here. But
Shenanigans are something that we love to see in these games, though, isn't that for sure?
shenanigans make for a fun time. And we are getting to see Cavell on the Camille this time. Had to decide for a minute if he thought it was gonna be Gwen or Hecarim, but yeah.
Mm, Gwen is another pick that Syracuse brought out last week. I just wanted to double check all that info. Very
Mhm.
strong pick, doing about a third of the team's damage there.
Oof.
So interesting
Just
to
a
see that
couple.
come out again.
Yeah. Well, very fun comps from both teams here. I'm expecting this to be a bit of a bloodbath both ways, and I am very excited for it. And I hope y'all make sure to stick around after this quick break and we'll get right back into the action once our timers are done and we are ready to go.
See you soon, folks.
Welcome back. We are here for game one against Syracuse Orange, with both teams having some very spicy comps for us. And honestly, I'm hoping we get a fun level one from our Fanshawe Falcons because they have Lux and Morgana. That is a beautiful death sentence if they can find anybody with both those snares.
Lockdown potential that you don't want to see. More lockdowns than Ontario at this point. Ooh. Udyr trying to face check that bush and just getting sent right back to his own jungle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so doesn't look like we're getting an exciting level one here. Most excitement we got was the quick walk up. But oh, Saber, ooh, getting that max range Q damage. Whenever I see a Saber, it feels absurd how much damage she does, and then I play her and I feel like I do zero damage. The curse of the ADC, or I was gonna say the champions you play, is you see other people do, you're like, oh gosh, so powerful, and then you play and you're like, why don't I do anything? But alas. So I'm excited to yeah. I'm excited to see what Sutek will do for just like what his game plan is here. He often prioritizes dragons, um, but we've not seen the Udyr in a game. Alright, I haven't seen his Udyr in game yet. Don't know exactly what his pathing will be like and his priorities here. But, ooh, that is a beautiful snare landed. Get some good damage off. Getting to see Red Luma get that damage out. And I'm excited to see just Red Luma stomp once again.
Another snare there. Wow, just laying down some damage, taking that level 1 advantage against the Syracuse team.
Yep. You have to go for that level 1 damage because once they hit level 2, you have to respect the engage by Leona. Obviously, level 3 is more dangerous than the Leona, but there's still the instant burst potential still at level 2.
It is an unwritten rule of League of Legends that once you hit level 2 on Leona, you must tower dive.
Ooh. Cavell
Cavell
going in.
taking heavy damage there at first, but not being faltered by that. Looks like the minions finished the job there for Gwen, make that a 1-1. But bot lane action picking up as well as looks like both teams hit level 2 now.
Yeah, Cavell flashing in for that kill there. Not, but was in a huge wave of minions, so also lost his life. But he did get the first blood, so he does get more in his pocket than the Gwen did. And Ranulma is getting poked out a bit here. If there is anyone who would know what a Kaisa does, it would be this. It would be the Syracuse Orange ADC. They play a lot of Kaisa themselves. Ooh, and Cavell came back and immediately is fighting, but this time it's in his wave rather than theirs.
Bit of an advantage there, and Sutek is coming in for a gank to help him out right as Cavell was getting super low. Gwen is able to finish him off. A bit of a Roma from Lux as well, helping out Sutek, keeping him alive and getting a bit more gold for Fanshawe there.
Yeah, poor Cavell not having Sutek there quite in time. But alas, that's still going in their favor, and we've yet to see Syracuse's jungler really get a gank off. He was just hovering around mid lane, but Yen has been pretty cautious, saw it, and ooh, lands a nice little snare just to keep himself safe. But so far, pretty even games for both teams. Fanshawe Falcons eking out ahead here, and what a fun roam from Sean.
Yeah, making his way up, and they find that Hecarim. Looks like Hecarim is going to pay for it with his life.
Great zoom in there, and just showing the poor Hecarim. Yeah, what they got the ignite off, so they're like, okay, Hecarim's down. Gosh, has to feel bad. But yeah, no, it's wild to see. A great roam for Sean there. our substitute support, just getting that pick on the jungler, just helping open up the map more for our team.
Yeah, all these small fights, maybe they'll be bigger someday, you know. It's really just paving the way for what we're gonna see late game, like as you were saying earlier, a bloodbath from these two team comps. It's just they're gonna dive each other and go right in. These are gonna be some interesting team fights, I think.
Oh yeah. If we're getting actual team fights, they will be spicy. Fanshaws will really be around getting picks, so it would not surprise me if we get a bit of a split push happening here. And Sutek, man of the people, uh, has picked up that early dragon. 6 minutes in, so just ready to go.
Yeah, and bot lane just push right up to tower top as well. Lots of pressure on all these waves here.
When that's a dive in the bot lane.
And Oriana was there as well. Big roam.
Yeah.
Hecarim was ready to help out. Wasn't really needed.
Sean not only sacrificed his life, he put the spell shield onto Red Luma just to make sure Red Luma could get to safety. And so only one of them died for it. And so Red Luma's still going to be able to absorb some of that gold. But, yeah, just looking for Fanshawe's just getting these small advantages here and there. Lost that one trade in the ball lane, but we're still a teeny bit ahead. Nothing too terrifying quite yet. A nice even game to start off our second week in the CLoL Swiss style tournament. Because great thing with how this works out for us is that we get matched against teams who have done comparably well as us. So we are facing another team who did win in week 1, and assuming we win here today, which would not surprise me, we're doing quite well here. Sutek, your Kami is having a big fight. Maybe you want to join. Oh, he's going for his own kill.
Busy horse hunting there in the jungle.
Gonna say, both Cavell and Sutek are huge fans of having 1v1s like within 5 feet of each other. It is one of the funniest things I witnessed. Ooh. Spell shield by Sean just to make sure he doesn't get hit by Oriana's shockwave. That just made Lux's lane even easier, so here's hoping 8yen is going to be able to take those advantages. But up in the top lane.
Another gank comes out from Udyr there, right into the bush, chases Gwen in. Cavell ready to follow as well. Heavy damage from the Gwen, nearly takes out Cavell. That ignite is ticking down. It looks like Cavell is going to get away with a sliver there.
Yeah, Sutek willing to put the resources into Cavell. But yeah, Gwen just has so much damage and survivability, especially if she's in that sphere. But yeah, we got there, and that's nothing. Sutek is 3-0, up in gold, and ready to help Cavell get rolling and just be an unstoppable menace himself. It looks like he is going for a bit of a supportive build. Running this Sunfire, not getting a crit build out of him, or at least not quite yet.
Yeah, and Fanshawe tries to lay down damage on Leona, but Hecarim was ready right around the corner.
Sutek was in the neighborhood, but wasn't quite on the same page. But still have 90 seconds before the next dragon, so Sutek is just farming up as much as physically possible before our second dragon of the game.
And Fanshawe looks happy to just let this wave push as far up as it can. It just keeps him in a nice safe zone there from the Hecarim. And as we see, Hecarim is really focusing that bot lane. Like, they had a 4-man earlier when Oriana roamed. Hecarim wasn't really needed, but he was there. He was there as well, just keeping up the pressure. Ooh,
Yeah,
looks like they're taking the Rift Herald there.
Yeah,
Continue.
Sutek does not prioritize the Rift Heralds. He's here for dragons, and that's Dragons and Barons is Sutek's name of the game. But with that, that first Rift Herald does go over to Syracuse. We see Hecarim pick it up, so he gets to do the fast recall. And Gwen back to lane is already skirmishing once again with Cavell. But Cavell doesn't seem to mind too much. He's got the wave, he's got the safety. But ooh, that is Chempunk for Sutek ready to go. Just go on in and do big damage, and that is a gank to the top lane.
Heading right back in there. The ultimate comes out from Camille, jumps off the wall, and absolute atrocious damage there. Camille walks away with barely any HP lost, like insane. And it looks like picking up off of that positioning from Udyr, they're going to go for a dragon there, keeping bot lane pushed up and under pressure. Lots of helpings coming out here. They're going for that gank yet again. Another 4-man into the bot lane. The ultimate comes out from Leona. It's going to be a tower dive. Ultimate from Hecarim as well. They're just going hard onto Red Luma. 2 flashes come out. Trying to just, lay down the damage there. But Sutek has come in to help. Ready to take out Sivir. Leona is committing though. Looks like Hecarim is there as well on 8-yen, but that's going to be a bit of a mistake there. They're going to pay for that with their life. Separate fights happening, and Fanshawe is taking both of these. The team was just separated from each other. Fanshawe did a little bit of divide and conquer there, and they're going to win the dragon thanks to that play.
Yeah, I really loved the read by Syracuse Orange to go for the dragon. Don't love their choice to peel off the dragon to then dive bot lane. I understand Udyr has a really high move speed, so he could get to the dragon quickly. That's why we saw him manage to get to the bot lane fight with surprising speed. But just not Syracuse not being able to completely choose exactly what they wanted to do really bit them where it hurt there. And Fanshawe are now 10-4 with 2 dragons under their belts.
Really substantial kill lead, but the gold lead isn't exactly showing for that lead. Giving the potential for Syracuse to still come back from this, they're going to have to get on top of these dragons and stop Sutek from getting them. And maybe rethink some of their plays there. Like that bot lane dive, like you were saying, wasn't exactly the best call. And we can see that clearly from the fact that Fanshawe walked away with the dragon.
Yeah, Fanshawe, even though it might not be the most exciting gold lead, still have a 10% advantage here on gold. And Cavell is ready to fight at all times. Love that for him here.
No such thing as a boring top lane when Cavell picks Camille, but ooh, it looks like Cavell is taking a lot of damage there. Throws down the ultimate, a bit of desperation, but still shut down nonetheless. And yet again, Orianna comes to that bot lane. We get the Orianna and the Leona ult there. Bit of a mind blank, but Orianna picks up the double kill, taking both of those bot lanes. And responding to this, 8-yen then up top with Sutek, trying to shut down that Rift Herald there.
Rift Herald does get its first hit, but Sutek is on the chase now against Gwen. He has the damage, has the flash, and 8-yen is also on the hunt here, trying to make sure Gwen does not get out. But it looks like Gwen still made it regardless, so a bit of action all over the map there. And yeah, a lot of resources are being put into Sivir here. 1v2 GG 1v3. What a name. Just wanting to make sure that Sivir is going to be able to pop off. And Orianna is doing well, has their mythic ready to go, and both mid laners are actually running Dark Seals here. They're both ready to be the carries their team need, and just going for that extra damage because they're feeling kind of invincible right now.
And they rightfully should. Like, the roams from the mid laners have just been spot on. You know, Orianna goes bot, Lux goes top. It's just a big trade there. And it's the right trades to be making. Like, as you saw there, Syracuse now is eked out, and they're evened out with Fanshawe's gold lead pretty well here, despite being down the dragons and the kills.
Yeah, getting that Rift Herald hit on a tower with plates really helps the gold. Ooh, and in the mid lane.
Hecarim just ulted onto Cavell there and took too much damage to be able to get out of that with his life. But 8-yen trying to take out Hecarim in the process. Hecarim feeling the heat and just pulling right out. You saw the rotation there. We have the enemy bot lane for Fanshawe. The Syracuse bot lane there now in the top lane. Getting some free push there, it seems. Udyr's trying to respond to this, but his red buff is at risk.
Yeah, a really fun rotation. I wasn't expecting the lane swap from Syracuse here, but just keeping the momentum going, keeping the gold flowing. And looks like the teams might be looking to swap around again. And Dragon is in a minute, so Fanshawe will want to be keeping Red Illuma on the bot side of the map here. Red Illuma's strength is very strong, even though he doesn't have his mythic yet. Just having that Mana Moonet really helps just get that damage out and keep the mana going for any extended fights. And their fight in the mid lane,
Great spell shield.
from a beautiful spell shield from Sean, yeah. One
Denied that Leona ult. Impressive there. Using darkness to
Sutek,
stop the light. Ooh. Doesn't look like they want to fight there quite yet. Cavell taking some free pressure here in the top lane to push that tower up.
Yeah, Cavell does not have his Unleashed teleport ready, and it looks like Sean is recalling here just before the dragon. It looks like Sutek is not prioritizing this dragon whatsoever, and instead just going to take the Rift Herald in response. They know that Cavell's on the top side without an Unleashed teleport. They are just resetting, taking what they can instead. So a bit of a different gameplay from our Falcons. Normally, Sutek will throw everything in the kitchen sink to get Dragon Soul as soon as possible, but maybe he's sick of all the Earth Dragon Soul, because this is another Earth Soul today. And so this is the third Earth Soul in a row in competitive games for him.
Ooh. With Cavell pushing that tower and Udyr taking the Rift Herald, that really opens up some potential for Fanshawe to just go ahead and take out that tower, open up the inhibitor, and create some real pressure into that top lane there. Gwen is doing everything she can, but she's in a 2v1 situation. Sutek just dominating this game. Looks like he's ready to drop this Rift Herald onto that inhibitor tower right now.
We are 17.5 minutes in. If that is an inhibitor taken this early, that is a huge deal.
Fanshawe saw them recalling there, denied them a recall. Fanshaw's getting a heavy push here. That inhibitor is going down.
It is so difficult to deal with super minions in your base pre-20 minutes.
They're just full on pushing those Nexus towers. Sorry for interrupting, but wow, what is Fanshawe doing here? This aggressive play.
Fanshawe Falcons don't want another long game here. Yeah, so getting that in... Oh, is Syracuse chasing them out of town? They're trying to see if they can maybe pick up Sutek here. Sutek going for the steal.
It's doing that right on top of the pink ward.
Yeah. Oh.
What a lead Lux ult there.
Oh, bless. Yeah, I love Hackerim just not taking the control ward the entire time he was standing on it.
Just does not care.
I'm like, I'll be fine. There's no way there's an Udyr on the other side of this little wall of me.
This will be your blue buff soon enough, so you might as well get the timer there, Udyr.
Very excited to see what... Oh, there we go. Yeah, I was really looking forward to see what Udyr was going to pick up on his next bag, because that was a lot of gold just put in his pocket and taking several turrets in the top lane. And we are getting the Fumble of Winter here, one of our new items from the preseason. Just making sure to have that mana so that way he can chase to his heart's content. But in the bot lane, Cavell.
Uh-oh, bit of a sticky situation there for Cavell, just walking right into it. Just gonna try and get that tower, it seems. Oh no, did not see Orianna in the bush. Committing 3 onto Cavell there to deny that bot push is an interesting play. Fanshawe with 2 in top and 2 in mid. Looks like they're going to be able to pick up that mid tower, but going for a quick dive does not pay off there, but they still get the tower nonetheless.
Committing 3 to deal with a the split pusher sometimes is what you need. And it does work out, though there is a lot of ultimates. Oh, Sutek still on the hunt.
Just not letting Gwen get away there. Locked her down, got the Lux ult. Great communication there from Fanshawe, but Tutek is just staying on her. Oh, pays through that with his life. A quick turnaround and a shutdown for Gwen is going to be a hefty coin purse in her pocket.
Yeah, so Sutek and Cavell, neither of them have heal reduction right now, and that just bit them very hard. Like, if Sutek had any of that heal reduction, that would have been an easily have won fight for him, but instead we get Sutek throwing his body. Whew. Beautiful
Ven-
flash from the Orianna to get away from the onslaught of Cavell.
Attempting some vengeance there in that bot lane. A relentless split push nonetheless.
Yeah, so we do have another dragon in a minute, and we did see Sutek deprioritize the last dragon, but it looks like Fanshawe Falcons do have a lot of vision in the area, and it looks like they're trying to maintain that. So, I think Sutek is saying like, okay, I was willing to give up one, but like, come on, y'all, it's time. I want to pressure Dragon Soul. Hush, Udyr runs fast.
Turbo Chem Tank as well.
Is he running Predator? No. Okay.
That would
Oh,
be
is that at the Baron call by Syracuse? I'm like, okay, well, if Sutek's so desperate for Dragon, I guess we'll just chew through Baron.
Looks like Fanshawe is going to come to contest. That snare hits, but Leona's ult misses there. Syracuse is just pulling off, it seems, while Camille is just soloing the dragon. Fanshawe's like, we can handle this. We're not going to full-on engage here. Just
Sivir ultimate.
beat them out. Ooh. Looks like Syracuse is ready to commit to a fight. Cavell has to hurry up on that dragon there. Fanshawe secures it, making that 3 dragons in their pocket.
Sir Clearlove must be so upset that they didn't commit more to the dragon there, because it was just Cavell there. Sir Clearlove could have just sniped it. No issue. But they're back on the Baron game plan.
Rotate right back over.
Their inhibitor's back.
Hoping the Fanshawe reset there will put them all out of position, and it may have, but they're not going to be able to get this Baron on time, and so Hecarim ults right in. They're deciding to dive on the Fanshawe team here, but heavy damage is coming out onto Gwen. Sutek is running, trying to get into a better position. Ooh, the snare and the Lux ult. More heavy damage on Gwen. Gwen is just tanking everything that she can and still is somehow getting away, it seems. Syracuse is just trying to pull out of this fight, but Cavell is not letting that happen. Came around for the flank there. They are on the Leona.
Yeah. Oh.
A TP coming out from Fanshawe as well. AN has joined the fight again, and the shutdown. Ooh. Fanshawe just coming out on top of that fight, rotating back around the Baron, but Gwen is still alive there for some reason. Cavell has found someone in the bush.
Orianna
a wild
taken out.
Orianna.
Gwen almost died to that beautiful Red Luma Q. And Fanshawe Falcons have decided to take the note from Syracuse that maybe they should prioritize Baron. And so that is a very nice Baron from our Fanshawe Falcons being picked up here. Whew. That is an open inhibitor in the top lane. That is Baron on our Fanshawe Falcons at 24 minutes in the game. This is entirely up to Fanshawe to not squander here.
And you've really seen that despite having these like little leads getting eked out throughout the game, they're really not trying to throw this lead by pushing their advantages too hard. You know, we saw them attacking the Nexus towers. Don't get me wrong.
But that was with Rift Herald. That was with Shelly.
Yes, exactly. So they're really playing it safe here, and even with these Baron calls and just having Cavell secure the dragon there while they, you know, challenge them off the Baron. Fanshawe is playing chess here, and I think they're one step ahead of Syracuse right now.
No, definitely. Yeah, they've got the bear in play here and the open inhibitor. So now it's where does Fanshawe put their resources? Cavell loves to split push quite often. He doesn't have a hull breaker this game, but he is very good at the 1v1 burst and making sure that they can't run away from him. And so Cavell is starting to push up this top lane, and it looks like the rest of the team is kind of hovering between bot and mid, not really committing one way or another quite yet. While Sutek is getting all that jungle farm before we get to see exactly what they're doing. Nice Q by Sean, just making sure the pony can't charge in. But
Both jungles are completely empty. Teams are farmed up and ready to fight again here. Fanshaw's gonna try and make something happen with their Baron still. It looks like Cavell is yet again gonna get a little bush surprise there from Gwen.
yeah, does not look like Cavell wants to engage in the 1v1 with the Gwen here, recognizing he doesn't have any of heal mitigation, doesn't have any grievous wounds. And so it's like, I'm just not gonna deal with her. And that is a dive in the bot lane for the Orianna. Ultimate shockwave used by Orianna, but it's not enough to save her life, and the kill is picked up. And that is a clean push for the bot lane now. Minions baroned up, and Sutek is ready to chase down and just do anything he can to find another pick here. Sean decided to recall here. I assume just get that vision because Dragon is in 30 seconds. And yeah,
Fanshaw's fighting for their soul now.
yeah, going for soul. Ooh, Cavell has decided to go in now. Oof. God, Gwen's damage is absurd.
Playing it safe, just waiting to throw down that ultimate. Interesting. Ooh, looks like Cavell gets away with that.
Yeah, managed to just wait out the hexagon from Gwen and pick up that kill there, and just helps open up the map. Ooh, poor Sir Clearlove wanted to steal that dragon but got snared by Sean, and now Sutek flashed over the wall and is chasing the pony as
Not
far
letting
as
him
he
get
possibly
away.
can.
Dodging the Leona ult quickly there too. Just trying to punish him as much as he can here. Level 15 to that level 11 Leona and level 13 Hecarim.
Sutek's heavy chase there really does complement the fact that Cavell is trying to push through the top lane, and we do have Red Luma in the mid lane, so we're having an even spread of people. So it's just trying to get advantages where you can, and then backing up as needed. We've seen Cavell really respect how much burst damage Orianna can bring. And it looks like we are actually getting the 1-3-1 now that Morgana has rotated to the mid lane. And Sutek's in the bot lane. Love to see a well-executed 1v1. No, 1-3-1, sorry. Except it looks like our mid portion of it are saying, oh, we're good actually, so. Getting a reset. They no longer have Baron. Syracuse has objective bounties, so. Letting it reset. And just. That was several towers taken. That was a major Baron play, and getting the soul. Well done for Falcons, and they're taking it more slowly, respecting what Syracuse can bring to the table in this first game here. But
Definitely a big key to their plays is, yeah, just respecting the damage and respecting the
woo-hoo,
potential
Red
of the
Luma!
enemy team. Just diving right in. Red Luma looks like it's gonna get punished for that. Trying to follow this up there is Hecarim on 8 yen. Ooh. Double kill for Gwen now. Jumping onto the Sean now. Ooh, Azonia comes out. Sutek is still alive. Just still keeping up the damage while Cavell is pushing into their base. Keeping up some solid pressure. Fanshawe with a keen advantage that both Cavell and Sutek are just able to 1v1 and just win the game on their own at this point if they split off. So forces the Syracuse team out of that fight now, and it looks like Sutek and Cavell are just going to try and run away.
I mean, they use Red Luma diving into the enemy team, trying to get that pick there, and manage to take the inhibitor, take a Nexus turret. So that's one Nexus turret left, as well as the bot and outer inhibitor turrets. But Caval's just putting in the pressure there.
And
And
picking
so,
up that soul as well through all of that, so
yeah, 3 minutes until Elder, and we've got a Baron play on our hands.
going right for it as soon as it spawns again. Really key to this game. Being aggressive on those neutral objectives, and they're just pushing Leona out of that fight, getting her too low to stay involved. Getting on a killing spree, just taking out Morgana there, but not able to pick up any other Falcons.
I mean, if you're Sean, you're happy with that trade. The support for top laner Menace. I would take that trade any day. And so that is this looks like it's gonna be the second Baron for Fanshawe Falcons since Sir Clearlove from Syracuse is down for the count. So this is another Baron, and Cavell was managing that wave in the mid lane. Oh, and is he gonna take out Leona? No. Does not want to commit too much to the support. Um, but yeah, not
Sees
a huge
Oriana's
reset.
up. Maybe thinks there's in a bush or something nearby. It's been a
Yeah.
trend for Cavell this game. All the bush surprises, gotta love it.
Yeah, Fanshaw's being a bit more careful with their Baron usage, not just immediately diving to their deaths trying to push for something, but not doing full resets either. So Cavell's just keeping pressure consistently on the bot lane. Finally goes, oh, we are doing a reset, okay. Yeah, no teleports on the map, so everyone has to use their good old legs the old-fashioned way to get to their objectives. But yeah, I assume at this rate, Fanshawe Falcons will probably just wait for the Elder Dragon. They really use neutral objectives and like having those major buffs before going into major fights.
Just harassing the enemy team out of their own jungle there, trying to create the space that they need for this dragon that's just a minute away now.
Yeah. Oh, it does look like we might be able to get those bot turret. 8 yen is keeping the pressure on the mid lane, so we're getting a bit of a 1-4 here on mid and bot. Zootek and Cavell being very far forward. And that's a Sivir ult popped.
Ooh, ready to commit into this fight, but that mid inhibitor is under pressure as well. So they just rotate mid there. The ultimate from Hecarim comes right onto the A and takes out that squishy Lux, but Sutek is still in the middle of that, rampaging their team. But then Gwen jumps around onto the backline of Fanshawe, but there's Udyr still with full health in the middle of their team, just keeping up consistent damage while Cavella's come around and is backdooring their Nexus there. It is done. Fanshawe takes the first game of this series with an exciting fight there and a play, not even waiting for that Elder Dragon, just going right for that.
Yeah, just the. Well, Cavell had one game plan in mind. He took a quick detour off of trying to take the enemy base from the top lane by going through the bot lane. And the rest of the team rotated, being like, okay, well, now they're gonna really focus on the mid lane, go for that inhibitor. And Cavell's like, nah, bruh. I'm not here to focus mid lane. I'm here to focus your Nexus.
Yeah,
And manages to pick it up.
yeah, it was like a bit of a house of cards there, just being built one piece at a time. And we took out that top, what am I saying? The top inhibitor tower so early there, just opened up an early Nexus tower, just so that, when it came to the time that they were just fighting in their base, only had one tower to take out. And then there was just right open Nexus, just right for the taking, which either Udyr, Cavell, or, even Kaisa just snuck away, could have taken that. So really strong game by Fanshawe, just playing that slow chess game against the Syracuse team and taking that and really handily, honestly, I'd say.
Yeah, it was really interesting seeing Red Luma's performance on this one, where it wasn't all of his previous games from him so far have been like absolute standout knockout performances. And this one, he was good. It was clean, it was consistent, but it wasn't like show stopping. And I love to see games like that because it shows he still has this ability to do well, even if he isn't the superstar of the show. So,
Yeah, keeping up the consistent damage, good positioning throughout all of it, making sure those picks are decimated with that Morgana and the Lux pick, the capability there with the snares. So really
gosh.
solid action all around.
So, I hope y'all enjoyed game 1 here, where Fanshawe Falcons did pick up the win against Syracuse. We're going to throw to a quick break while the teams take a quick break themselves to get ready for the second game.
See you soon, everybody.
If we start on
We're back, everybody. Would you
And
look at
better than
that?
ever. Or badder than ever? Is that how I do your catchphrase? And baddest than ever? I'm sorry. But yeah, Fanshawe Falcons did take game one in our series against Syracuse Orange. And we're just getting ready for game two to come up. And just as a fun note here, our favorite new champion that's been released is available. Good. And she is available for play in CLoL. So we might be able to see some Sari here in
Banned at the
this.
last game there, unfortunately.
Yeah, with doing the counter pick for Kaisa and then banning her. But maybe, fingers crossed, we see Red Illuma pick it up because Red Illuma has been practicing her in his solo queue games. So, just saying it's possible, but
I definitely think we'll see some different champions this time around. Maybe rethinking of the strategy a bit from last game, but I definitely think that this Syracuse team has some potential here, so should be a more
yeah.
interesting game too here.
Mm-hmm. And as a fun note here, y'all, if you've been appreciating this game and you want to see other League of Legends games, well, good news. We play NECC on Fridays, and CLoL is either on Saturday and Sunday. Make sure to check our socials to see when exactly our games are. And if you're not in Discord, you should be here already. But we're more than just League of Legends here, because we've also got, drum roll please, for the huge list of games on Monday.
Dun,
Because
dun,
we've
dun,
got
dun, dun.
Rocket League. We've got Overwatch. We have a lot of Call of Duty right now. Normally, I'm complaining about how much Rocket League there is. Complaining is a strong word. Normally, I espouse the joy that if you want to watch Rocket League, we always have a game of Rocket League on. But Call of Duty's starting to pick up pace here. But
Ooh,
yeah, a lot of games ready to go, ready to see, and you want to see us run a super cool show for y'all. And even if you don't know the games very well, that's what we're here for. Give you some insight, tell you, give you some cool storylines, some tidbits on our players, and just keep y'all entertained.
I love being entertained.
it it's you could say it's entertaining to be entertained. Have you played Zeri at all, Baddest?
Ziri, I have not actually. I've been dedicated to the Singed life recently. Have
Yes.
you?
No, I'm a support main through and through, so I was hoping to get some input from not me. But no, she has been really cool. She the fact that she has like a miniature Lux ult if you use one of her abilities through a wall, super funky fresh. And her ability to dash through walls is huge, especially for an ADC. So, yep. Yeah, but very exciting to see her. Fingers crossed she actually makes it through the ban phase this time. But on that note as well, we don't have any Chemtech dragons anymore. Those got disabled 2 days ago. Uh, and so no Chemtech drags. The dragon buff itself, the individual dragon buff wasn't a concern. However, the dragon's soul was impossible to tune. Just having a Scion passive as for your entire team is a lot to deal with. And then, and that side note, I tried to Zillion alt when you're a zombie. It doesn't work. It's just depressing.
Oh,
Right? I tried it, I failed, and then they removed the dragon, so no one else needs to know my failure except for you, who are watching on the internet now as I speak my failure to the world. And then also, just going into the map, if you were ahead, you just got to run the map. to your leisure. So, but
It
enough about my opinions on dragons.
looks like we got our draft happening now for game 2 of this series.
Woo!
Syracuse Orange versus our Fanshawe Tier 1 Falcons.
Yeah, and we are seeing Red Luma's kindred band here. All right, okay. I yesterday I said it. I think being like I'm pretty sure it's been proven that you can't let kindred through. And just Red Luma is too strong on the kindred. And I think it's starting to happen. We're getting the one trick card bonus of if you don't dedicate one of your bands to kindred, we will ruin your life. Uh and so yeah, we get to see the beautiful kindred band and Syracuse was not happy to see Cavell and Camille, so ban that out as well. Mm.
And the Udyr as well.
I I
Ooh,
apparently the Yumi ban's last game was a legitimate thing to do. It seems Sean 003 does play this Yumi, and so our Falcons did first pick Yumi here, banning
carrying
out
that kitty.
Leona. Yeah, a lot of the players make jokes of it just being the most relaxed gameplay you'll have playing League of Legends is playing Yumi. There's a lot of dynamics with it, but really excited to see what Sean will bring into it. And we are seeing 1v2 GG 1v3s. Um or sorry, we're seeing the Kaisa for Syracuse here. Uh, they've done really well with it before, and that is the disadvantage of our Falcons first picking the Yumi is that the Kaisa did go through. And so Fanshawe Falcons are now trying to figure out what to pick up. And it's the counter jungle pick. And it's our
There it
girl
is.
Zeri. Yo.
Fanshawe taking that new champion for a spin, huh?
Thank you, Red Luma. Gosh, so hyped for this. As a fun side note, y'all, if you are as excited to see this area as I am, make sure you stick around after the series because we are gonna get a fun interview with Red Luma, and we'll get to ask some questions of him of like, hey, what's it like running the new champ in CLoL? So, and if you have any questions for the amazing ADC, feel free to pop them in the chat. I'll be keeping an eye on it, see if y'all have any insightful questions for our favorite ADC player.
Oh, I got Yumi here.
And band out the Aurelia. And just want really now just targeting out Cavell's pool a bit. Cavell's pretty strong though, so he's comfortable on a few different champions. We've seen Camille, we've seen the Aurelia. We've also seen Cavell before, though, on Fiora. So maybe that's what we'll bring in. But I haven't seen much Nocturne, and I'm excited for Nocturne, just how much it can bring on the map. Ooh, and the Corki ban, just taking away some of the security of 8yen. 8yen's played Corki to where after 3 or 4 items, Corki is unstoppable and has packed a serious punch. I think did the most damage in his last game because it went for long enough. So taking out that game plan from our Fanshawe Falcons as they dive into our next game here.
Fanshawe probably was anticipating another dive-heavy comp, so taking out some key components of that was really necessary, I think, in Fanshawe's ban strategy so far. You see, they still went with one, whatever they could take of it. All those champions, strong, engaged, just can dive. Any one that's caught out, you're a little bit off, out of place, you know? You're getting punished for that by Nocturne, by Night, by Nautilus, by Kaisa.
Is that a
So
top lane Nocturne?
we'll see for the
So
last pick.
yeah, because we've got a Diana. Syracuse has a Diana. They've got a Nocturne. Got a Nautilus. So we technically have 3 champions who can be in the jungle. I'm not expecting Nautilus to be in the jungle. He's made it well into the support lane, and we haven't really seen him leave there too much. But
The Hecarim
ooh,
taking that, or Sutek taking that Hecarim pick there from the enemy jungler this time around.
so is this a top lane sweep? I feel like this is a top lane Akali. I
Yuumi
could be
mid.
Sway and support Yumi mid. That's your call here.
I don't know if
Gosh.
I want to stick with it.
Okay, Cavell with the Swain, it looks like. And we're seeing Ayen pulling out a spicier pick. We've seen a lot of more safe, consistent picks. Lux was on the spicier end, but just having a lot of CC is and range safety. But now Ayen bringing out an Akali here. A lot of burst damage and survivability. Nocturne's ult, I can't see you, you can't see me. It's a party. And on that lovely note, uh, we are going to go to a break as we just wait for the spectator delay to catch up. So I'll see y'all very soon for game 2 of today versus Syracuse.
Be all soon.
West Coast, we can get all that fresh powder and Whistler, Okinawa.
Welcome back to Game 2, folks. As we are getting on to Summoner's Rift, Fanshawe Falcons versus Syracuse Orange. And, oh boy, these sure are team comps that are sure going to be very interesting to see how they do against each other. Because that is a Swain with an unsealed bubble. Just throwing it out there. Are both teams going for death bushes? Let's go. Gosh. Okay. Love the Syracuse invade. A nice ward. Rarely see teams go for this route for an invade. But looks like they're going to get some vision on the blue buff.
Uh-oh.
Are they
Fanshawe
going to...
splitting off there.
Oh no, Cavell might get caught. Might get picked for this. Okay. He took enough time to get towards top lane that he didn't just face check 3 of them. But yeah, that is Cavell playing Swain with an unsealed spellbook into the Gwen. So we'll see how this does. Gwen was the counter pick here to the Wayne / Akali, because I wasn't sure who was going to be in the top lane personally, so it's we're getting to see the lovely Yuumi Airy leash where you just keep on attaching to the jungler to give the Airy shield. Because the reason why Airy has a bit of a cooldown in quotes is how long it takes for Airy to get back to you after Airy leaves to shield the other person. But if you're attached to them, it's instantaneous. So you just get Airy back. So you just attach and then reattach again. And that's how you help your jungler level 1 by a support main. See, there are some mechanics to Yuumi, I swear. Look, she even hit a Q. But
Favorite Yuumi mechanic is banning her. Ooh.
Ooh.
The Nautilus hook is gonna pay off there, getting heavy damage onto Red Luma. Red Luma just trying to trade some away after the Syracuse bot lane pulled out there from that fight.
Sutek mid lane.
Coming right in on this Diana. Diana taking a bit of a bait there. Ooh, but never mind. Gets the first blood from that. But Sutek is just trying to finish her off. Just a sliver. Not getting away with that. 1 for 1 there, and the gold is even.
And 1 for 1. Diana managing to pick up that first blood on Ayan. Has to her for Ayan. Ayan does teleport back to lane just to make sure he can get all that CS. But the gold for Fanshawe, having it be not just a solo kill, does kind of even out the pain of it, even though that was first blood given away to 2021. Yeah, Fanshawe, however, is wildly up on summoners for this mid lane now, so it would not surprise me if Sutek is ready to be ready to be diving the mid lane. But instead, nah, he has Cavell's number because Cavell did a certain amount of damage, and that was almost a dive for top lane. You see a small play pinging for help, but Ayan has the entire team in his lane.
Very early roam there from the bot lane coming mid, just trying to shut down that Ayan from the beginning, and it looks like they're able to pick off a Kali. Fanshawe noticing though that 80 carry is on her own there for a second, trying to get some pressure down, but looks like Nocturne's going to rotate bot as well now for a little bit of a gank. Nautilus taking heavy damage on the early engage there.
Good little dash from Zeri, but that's a flash forced from the Nautilus not to just get picked off from Zeri's burst. Sean being aggressive, trying to get that kill there.
Very active Yuumi, not just sitting on the shoulder.
Let's go, Red Luma.
Wow.
Pick up that kill. Murder.
Ooh. Wild
Not
damage.
enough murder.
Kitty's still around to avenge, but doesn't have the damage there to get back at the murder of her former master.
we did get to see some fun Sarah mechanics there. We got to see the weird Lux ult through wall mechanic. We got to see a little bit of dash and some of the burst damage that Sari brings. And Sutek ready to dive and just taking down this Kaisa.
Kaisa definitely overstaying there for a moment. Nautilus was not around to help.
I feel like a lot of people don't realize how much Sutek is willing to dive a laner if they overstay. He loves to dive, even if his laners aren't there as well. If he feels that the enemy overstayed, he will go in.
Fastest animal on Earth is a diving falcon, that's for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, we're seeing Cavell doing well in the top lane. He does have the range advantage, but Gwen's damage and healing as well is just so much to deal with. You know, I was never expecting to have to say that Diana has superior wave clear, but in the top lane, Cavell is ready for action.
Yeah, Gwen got that ultimate early on, but as soon as Swain got his too, he decided to dive right in. Looks like Syracuse is able to pick off Fanshawe's bot lane there, and they're going to try and pick up a dragon as well from this play. Seems to be pretty safe as Cavell or Sutek has recalled now.
Yeah, being able to pick up Zeri and Yumi just makes it so that way they can get that dragon for free, and Sutek isn't going to try and dash over the wall to steal it. So good rotation from Syracuse here, wanting to not just have it be through the traditional 1v1 lanes, but rotating, making those plays, making those decisions across the map. But Sutek is going to be hitting level 6 soon, and a level 6 Hecarim is a Hecarim ready to gank.
A heck of a problem, that's for sure.
And speaking of a hacking problem, we are getting a Hextech Drake next. And so, side note, our first dragon being Earth Drake, we are finally getting to see a soul that will not be Earth Soul. It won't be Hextech Soul or either. So it has the potential to be Infernal or Ocean, which are very high impact dragon souls to play around with. And so I'm sure Sutek might be trying to prioritize those a bit more. Sean hit with the dredge line and immediately taken out. But in the top lane, we have Sutek diving small play and picking up the kill there. 8yen trying to 1v1 the Diana. Does not achieve anything from it, but successfully doesn't die. Diana dives under turret, gets ignited, but makes it out alive. Will Sutek roam to pick her up? That is the Swain's Sight Bloom, but Sir Clearlove is here as well, ready to go. And Sutek is charging in, but Nautilus is there as well, and Sutek reigns in his bloodlust, at least for a moment longer.
Sutek definitely was just waiting to ult there, but kind of calculating there. How many enemies are around? Is this safe anymore? You know, actually taking his time there. He's not in the mood to harden his Teemo to the bot lane this game.
I'm just saying, if you want to see some very exciting gameplay, you want to be watching our Falcons play, because you're never really sure exactly what you're going to be getting from our Falcons. They're figuring out their identity, and it looks like Sutek here is trying to put some emphasis onto this Rift Herald. 8yen is here, taking some aggro from center dodge, and oh, 8yen. Let's go.
There's Sutek stealing that Rift Herald there. Picking up a few kills, but gets shut down as a response.
Yeah, Sutek managing to pick up the Rift Herald and not only get the kill in the Rift Herald, but also successfully picking it up, which is why he did lose his life to it. But that is a Rift Herald in the pocket here, and a Cavell willing to get some damage in the top lane. So I'm really interested to see where Sutek will put this Rift Herald. We've seen Rift Herald be drop top before, but that was when Cavell was playing more of a split pusher. Ooh.
Ooh, the shutdown on Diana, but the minions are able to finish off a Kali there, making it a clear trade. But
Yeah, there
more
was also
gold going.
Ignite from Diana as well. And so, really well done by 8 and managing to get that return kill. And, yeah, so Diana's got her Rocket Belt completed, whereas Akali has... okay. She is getting ready for Chem Tank here. Just keeping that damage going, having that movement, and just having that extra survivability needed.
You get the Hecarim all onto Gwen there to finish her off in the tower dive. More action bot lane. This Yuumi is caught by the Nautilus hook again. Just heavy damage from Nautilus alone is just able to just let Kai'Sa dive right in and finish her off there and get a kill. Red Luma on her own now. Decides to flash towards tower, but Kai'Sa finishes her off with a double kill there.
Yeah, poor Yuumi wasn't able to reattach to Red Luma there, and Senator Dodge, just knowing their damage, was able to just commit to that. And in the top lane, once again, a fight here.
The Rift Herald is dropped and the TP comes out from Gwen to respond quickly and shut down that potential for any push.
Dragons in 20 seconds, and it does not look like our Fanshawe Falcons are ready or in a position to be able to contest this. We might see Sutek go for the Smite Steal, which he is very competent at. But now it looks like he is showing himself top lane, protecting this turret, and just signing over the second dragon of the game to Syracuse.
Potentially getting into that halfway to soul point. Oh no. Hecarim had Gwen quite low, but Gwen just came right back around with all that healing yet again. Very strong Gwen player, this top laner from Syracuse. And they catch out Yuumi yet again off the shoulder there.
Yeah. Ooh. Seeing Syracuse on their comfort picks is very striking. And getting to see 1v2 on the Kai'Sa, they understand a lot of the damage of that the Kai'Sa can bring. And then just small play, Gwen is terrifying to witness. But we've yet to see Grievous Wounds against the Gwen. And that is so important if you are trying to win trades with the Gwen. And we've just yet to see it come out. We didn't see Grievous Wounds last game, and we're still pretty early in, and Swain is going for a different win condition than the Camille from last game. But will this be something that the Fanshawe Falcons kind of overlook once again?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they'd be wanting to make the same mistakes from last game, but perhaps just underestimating the Gwen a bit here in her potential. She is just 1-3 right now, but still can just duel away Hecarim, as we saw, even though Hecarim was 5-1 coming into that fight. So with a clear gold lead, like almost a level lead, not quite.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. But Sutek has his almost has his ultimate ready to go. And so they're just doing some posturing around mid lane, trying to get some pressure there. Because top turret's top outer's been taken down on Syracuse's side. So they're just trying to figure out what their best plays are. Looks like they're going back to farming. And it looks like we are going to be getting some objective bounty soon due to Fanshawe Falcons being just under 3k gold down here. And small play is diving on Cavell.
Looks like a bit of back and forth there, trading whatever damage they can, but not ready to commit to a fight yet in the top lane. Bot's just pushing free here.
Yeah, once again we see 2022 roaming very well here, really roaming for their bot lane. They've decided what their win con is, but Sutek's decided his win con is ulting Gwen here.
Goes in for another fight.
Ward.
Ooh. Sad face.
Sad face when you don't get the ward.
Yeah.
But
Set of
Yeah,
eyes means that the Syracuse team there knows where Hecarim is. Looks like they're getting ready to go on him there with Diana just waiting around the back, but comes in for a flank on a Kali instead. Mid lane is very low. The tower there for Fanshawe.
probably going in on this dive. Hecarim doesn't have ult, but isn't even there for it anyways.
No, and the Kali used up her ignite, but is able to get a shutdown as a result, and Diana picking up a Kali for a bit of vengeance. Sutek caught in a 3v1 now, or 3v2. There's a kitty there. All on his own now. There's the 3v1. Kitty is left. Nocturne has a double kill, and Syracuse is just upping their lead here bit by bit.
Yeah, we see Sutek go in after the rest of the team, after Cavell and 8yen went down. And we saw Sean ready to go, ready to make the big play with the Yuumi ult. But Sutek just went in and through the fight, and so Sean's ult was going in the wrong direction to be effective. A great ult used by Nautilus to reduce the effectiveness of the Sutek dive, but not a good look for Fanshawe Falcons here, especially as that's now Rift Herald for Syracuse picked up as well.
Nocturne going back to reset. Probably going to be going down towards this dragon, which is up in about 40 seconds. Fanshawe is going to have to deny the Syracuse team from getting this dragon to keep them away from that Dragon Soul potential.
Yeah, it would be really difficult for Fanshawe Falcons to really step forward against this dragon here. They are 5k gold down. They don't quite have the vision in place, and so it's very dangerous for them to be making that play. 8yen does have his Unleashed teleport ready, so while he is currently top lane, he can make it down, and Gwen does not have a stun to stop him, but he could get picked off if he's not careful for his teleport. Cavell landing a great knockback onto 2022. Is this the pick they need to start the fight?
It's ignoring the fight there. Ooh, Syracuse made the right call there, staying on Dragon. Sutek is taken out, and the Dragon is taken by Nocturne. Just getting tossed around there. Kali jumping as much as she can, getting knocked up all around. Fanshawe is not able to contest that dragon successfully, and now just one step away from their soul. Wow, what a little sliver there.
1v2 survived that fight with negative hit points, and yeah, Syracuse trusted his team, was confident in the fact that they are far enough ahead that he got to focus on the dragon and didn't have to worry about it being a 50-50 as his team got rid of Sutek for him. You don't have to worry about Sutek 50-50ing and winning when your team kills him before you can get anywhere near the dragon. So our scoreline is now 10-20, and we are 7k gold behind. But it's not the end of the world yet. And there's still potential for Fanshawe to take it back. And the game's not over until the Nexus explodes. Ooh, Rift Herald was used in the mid lane to get some damage down. And is Red Luma about to get caught out by this Diana?
Disgusting damage from the Diana there. Now 10-3 onto the 80 carry. Red Luma just not in a great position in the range of that Diana jump. Not safe. Cavell just sitting right on the ward there.
Trying to get something out of this mid lane, even though their ADC already went down, but that is Nocturne's ult here as well.
8yen goes down, and Gwen is rotating up from the bottom as well. Solid grouping from the Syracuse team. They're just staying on to Sutek, keeping up relentless damage against him. Now diving onto Cavell. There's Gwen. Trying to pick up this kitty as best she can, just going right under the inhibitor. Pays for that, but the Rift Herald is dropped. They're going on to Fanshawe's mid inhibitor tower now. 4 still remaining for Syracuse. Putting up some heavy damage, just a zone from the fight there. Not allowing Zuri in.
Minute 20-minute inhibitor for Syracuse.
On the dot. Wow.
Seeing, yeah, a lot of terrifying things coming out from Syracuse on this game. Oh, and
That
Richard
Nexus
did manage to get
tower.
that second hit on the Nexus tower. Jeez. Oh, yeah.
Syracuse now in a position that Fanshawe saw themselves in at a similar time last game, so they're really just picking up the pace here and snowballing now, just way ahead in kills. A solid gold lead nearing 10k.
And normally when Fanshaw's in a detrimental gold position, they at least have some dragons to their name, but they've yet to pick up a single dragon this game. And so the win cons that Fanshawe can find here are really dangerous to play around. And poor Sean trying to do whatever he can, but one cat against the world won't bring you absolution.
Devel looks like he was trying to bait something there, but just takes heavy damage from the Syracuse team. And 2 players from Syracuse are able to get the Baron for the rest of them, giving them a hefty buff now as they're just sitting in that mid lane waiting to make something happen. Just gonna use that to reset. Feel the pressure in the top lane there. Bottom lane is almost at the pressure point as well. They're
Yeah,
just gonna have to reset.
Yeah, this game is not looking great for our Falcons here.
No, it is not. Yeah, they really have to be able to figure out how they're going to stop the Syracuse team from getting that Dragon Soul. Because once the Dragon Soul is in the hands of Syracuse, that's just the final nail in the coffin for Fanshawe. Syracuse has the Baron. They're choosing to play it really safe right now with that. Ooh, but it looks like Cavell is just in a rough spot. They're going to bush surprise this Gwen. Going to use the red pad to get over that wall there. While the pressure is still hot in that bot lane. Going for a bit of a 1-3-1, but then the mid lane rotates down from Syracuse, just getting on top of Akali, taken out as a result there. Akali just not able to make much of a presence this game for the Fanshawe team, and not really impact these fights much, unfortunately. Yuumi taken out as well. As Fanshawe now just has 2 players remaining.
Very devastating to kind of watch. At this point, there's such a strong lead for Syracuse that Syracuse has to make a major mistake for our Fanshawe Falcons to come back, and it doesn't look like they're very willing to do so. As we see poor Sutek having to ult away to just try and get away from Nocturne. And yeah, it's just a rough one to have to witness. It's not over, but it's not up to Fanshawe to make the winning play. Except, like, Fanshawe can make a winning play if Syracuse messes up somehow. But with Baron and Infernal Soul, it's not looking great.
No, you're right. The real key here for Fanshawe is to look for these small opportunities and punish any mistakes that they can see, really. And really just keep the Nexus alive, honestly. That tower is healing slowly, up to about a third of its health back.
Yeah, well, it looked like it had like 100 HP originally, so small increments. And Gwen just teleported to the bot lane, ready to go in on this poor Akali.
He's an opportunity and takes it there as Fanshaw's out of their base. Yuumi and Akali are down now, and a double kill for Kaisa. It looks like Nautilus Hook is coming out as well, just trying to get any damage onto the Zeri, making that a triple kill now for Kaisa. Now a quadra kill for the Kaisa there from Syracuse. Big play for 1v2, GG 1v3. But the pentakill was just not in town. But you know that unwritten rule. There's Hecarim. They're going to die for this pentakill here. They're going for that. There it is, the pentakill from Syracuse. Good for them.
Yeah,
big play to finish the game.
Even if it isn't ours. But rough game for our Fanshawe Falcons here. Syracuse just got too far ahead.
Mm.
However, choices were made in the draft. Choices were made in early mid-game that were somewhat detrimental. I personally don't think Gwen should be allowed through again. She doesn't impact the map hugely, but she is just shutting down Cavell. Like, Cavell somehow managed to do the most damage in the game, like 14,000 damage, or not in the game, on his team. Diana far outpaced him there. But you want to have Cavell unlocked here, or at least, and Gwen has been doing really well just at shutting down Cavell here.
Pretty remarkable how consistent Cavell and Gwen were able to keep it there.
And then also, just, it was exciting to see what 1v2's Kaisa looked like, because we saw that it done well previously. We got to see Red Lumas do okay, but then we got to see 1v2's Kaisa literally get the pentakill at the end. Stunning performance. And so I'm interested to see what our Falcons are going to bring to the third game of our match the third game of our match today.
First series.
Thank you.
We have a series today, folks. That's great.
Hey, the caster favorite. We got a series. But on that note, we're gonna go to a break, and you'll see us when we are ready for Champ Select. And don't get too far away from your computers, y'all. See you shortly.
I dig my hole, you build a wall. I dig my hole, you build a wall. One day that wall is gonna fall. spill. So build that wall and build it strong, 'cause we'll be there before too long. Gonna build that wall up to the sky. Gonna build that wall up to the sky. Someday your bird is gonna fly. Gonna build that wall until it's done. Gonna build that wall until it's done. But now you got nowhere to run. So build that wall and build it strong, 'cause we'll be there before too long.
We're back. It's time for game 3 now of our series. In a series we have indeed Syracuse now taking the second game in this series, Fanshawe taking the first. It's now up to this game here to decide which team walks away with this series. This is the first game that this Fanshawe team has been defeated in, so maybe a little bit discouraging for them, but we'll see how they come back from it.
Yeah, see how they do with their mentals, if they're able to look past the fact that, yeah, sometimes you're just that far behind and there's nothing you can do about it. And that's a very important thing.
There's that
And
Kaisa ban.
yeah, they wouldn't be able to first pick it, and so they're not risking Kaisa making it through this time. And maybe Red Luma doesn't want to play it. Maybe Red Luma just wants to play Zeri again. Especially with the Kindred band as well. And
Being
oh,
consistent with the Kha'Zix and Victor bans is interesting, and there's Camille being picked up by the opposing team this time, taking it away from Cavell.
which is really interesting to me. I am surprised that they picked the Camille here. because I was saying, hey, maybe you need to ban the Gwen because Gwen has been countering a lot of what um Cavell tries to do. And then also, just a fun side note here, Cavell has happily played Fiora into a Camille before. Cavell, it's a very easy parry for Fiora to do against Camille's wall jump. And I first picking the Camille, I don't think is a high enough priority, but Syracuse is just playing with something new. And speaking of new for us, we get to see Red Luma's Vayne. Yet
Ooh,
to see that.
as well.
Hmm.
Keep at least Sinpick, something that the Syracuse team pulled out last week to great success there. I believe went 9-2.
Mm. So it looks like Sir Clearlove is ready to try and go toe to toe with our jungler Captain Sutek here. And while they have banned the Udyr, we might get to see a spicier pick here from Sutek. Normally, our team are quite happy to pick jungle and ADC in the first rotation, but they just picked the bot lane in first rotation, and we're seeing the Leona Nautilus matchup once again.
Yeah, making
Hey.
sure to snag that Leona after Fanshawe seemed to let it slip through their bans there, prioritizing the Kha'Zix and Victor still.
Mm-hmm. And we're giving a bit of priority. We're giving Fanshawe's giving themselves another late game win con here through the Corki. They are giving themselves window